Squeeze me!
Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another video here on YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about various different things that is, I guess, a kind of new video series, because I figured we can't just talk about news because there aren't always news to talk about. But I do enjoy chatting with you guys a lot, especially during live streams, but I also want to put out some video content. So I figured, why not talk about the most popular stuff in the community right now and just discuss it with you guys. So you guys are more than welcome to let me know in the comments below if there's something you want me to discuss, something you want my opinion on, or if you just have questions that you want me to answer in a video. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about both Bad Batch and my opinion so far, some community videos and memes that I wanted to highlight, and also, of course, we've got a little bit of a Battlefront 3 rumor to talk about. Nothing serious really, but as always I thought I'd debunk it or at least mention it and how likely it is that this leak is actually legit or not. In this particular case it might actually be true, but it's also something that anyone could have pulled out of their ass, to be completely honest. So let's just jump straight into it, and any feedback on the video is very welcome. Topics you want me to talk about, format of the video, and if there are any thoughts on my thoughts, simply put. So let's start off with the Bad Batch. A lot of you have asked me during live streams, what do you think about the Bad Batch? I just caught up on the last 3 episodes, and so far I am quite enjoying the series, not as much as Clone Wars I'd say, but I gotta say that the first episode was definitely my favorite. The second and third, they weren't necessarily bad, but I didn't get that excited over them. There were some really good moments, but overall the first episode was really fun, seeing the Bad Batch and their personalities a lot, especially I really love Wrecker and Hunter, and the problems with Crosshairs, obviously inhibitor chip, making him basically turn on them. And that whole storyline. I'm really hoping that in the end they're gonna be able to like rescue him and maybe remove the inhibitor chip, or if it goes completely sideways, maybe he will take them out, or some even speculate that he might become the first Death Trooper. Who knows? Nevertheless, I thought it was fun to see basically the transition just after Order 66 from Republic to Empire. It's a little bit hard to grasp the timeline here, but I feel like it has to be more than just a few days. I mean, we get to see Order 66, but then it's like 5 minutes later, they already got the Imperial plan, they've got soldiers enlisted, everyone is used to calling them Imperial instead of Republic, so it kind of makes it feel like it's almost months going on, although the story itself and the Bad Batch characters, it seems like it's only days. So I found that a little bit confusing, but nevertheless, I really just enjoyed seeing the Imperials build up, and Tarkin, who is one of my favorite Imperial characters, and that kind of stuff. But then episode 2 and 3, maybe not so much. Not as enjoyable in my opinion, but I hope there's gonna be more exciting stuff later down the line in this season. And I'm also really curious about what Omega is gonna play into all of this. What kind of powers does she have? I mean, obviously all the members of the Bad Batch have their own enhanced capabilities, so I'm wondering what Omega has. Hopefully something cool that we will get to see later down the line. Next up, there's some couple of community stuff I just wanted to highlight here. First of all, Cinematic Captures made a really cool, I guess, reimagination of the unfinished Clone Wars episode scene, Ahsoka's decision, when we see Anakin and Obi-Wan talk about basically Ahsoka's decision to leave the Jedi Order. And the way he did this was that he took, I think, the audio from the original unfinished Clone Wars episode, which they looked really bad. But then he actually animated a full HD version using the Battlefront 2 assets of Obi-Wan and Anakin in Unreal Engine. So he, again, blew my mind with his work. So if you for some reason aren't subscribed to Cinematic Captures, he makes the best Star Wars animations out there. Definitely go and check it out. And I also stumbled across this Office meme out on Reddit with Dwight on Felucia. Do we have any Office fans here on the channel? It definitely gave me a chuckle, this one, because I really like that scene with Dwight and Angela, and then of course Felucia. We know those little poisonous flowers or whatever they are can be really annoying and sometimes a little bit scary when you hear that weird sound they make when they shoot out that gas. Lastly, we've got that Battlefront 3 rumor. This is actually a post that was deleted, but I was able to pull it up through using a cached version of Reddit, and this is what it says. There will be a Battlefront 3 once the next Battlefield comes out, and shortly after, so that there are staff around to fix any bugs, EA will move staff onto the production of Battlefront 3. This means that production has not yet started. Also, my friend tells me that most of the maps will be reused, and when I asked why not all of them, he said that some maps the studio would either redo or scrap based on unevenness or general community dislike. So I mean, again, this rumor I would put zero credibility to. It's from a random guy. It's actually not an anonymous new account, but going back through the account history, there's really nothing that indicates that this could be a legit leaker. But what I want to take away from this is that this might very well be true. It is very, very likely that they will shift over focus on Battlefront 3 after Battlefield, and that they are not even in production right now, and that they might keep a lot of the maps but also add a bunch of new maps / remake them. All of that makes a lot of sense, and is something that, even if it wasn't for this quote-unquote leak, this is exactly what I would have guessed the current state of Battlefront 3 is, in very, very early pre-production planning stages, with only a couple of design members maybe trying to figure out how exactly this game is gonna look when it's being produced. Whether or not they've even confirmed or like decided if they're gonna make a Battlefront 3 yet, that might not even be decided either, because there are always a lot of concepts for games being written out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna go into full development. So again, at the moment, there are no legit rumors, leakers, or insiders who have had any type of confirmation that a Battlefront 3 is in the works in any sort of way. I just want to make that extremely clear. But nevertheless, I will bring up these leaks, I will debunk them, I will tell you how likely or unlikely they are to be true. But I think those were all the things I had for you today. I'd love to hear what you think about these kind of discussion videos, going over basically everything in the Star Wars community, whether it's community made stuff, movies, series, or of course Star Wars gaming news. Let me know about the format below, and if you have anything you want me to change, add, and maybe even have a name for this type of series, I'd love to hear. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.